Hey Fantasy Football Junkies, I'm Nanci Filippelli and welcome to this edition of Football Fantasy, where I'm going to be talking about fantasy football, the ins and outs of the games, who to start, who to bench, and how to dominate at coaching your team and take home that title. I have my girls with me today,
Sharra
and Kelsey,
and they're just going to be asking me some questions and getting to know the game.
So Nanci,
what do you got for me?
number one question I have for us laymen's out there, what is fantasy football?
Well, fantasy football it's basically consists of 8 to 12 teams, and you get together with your friends and, like we're going to be doing next week, having our fantasy football draft little party at Talkapolis here.
Yes, office team.
Yeah, and we're going to be drafting about 16 players, and, half of them will start and half of them will be on our bench, and they just kind of play each other and, see who wins for bragging rights and other kind of fun prizes like that.
That's
Battle
my
it out.
question
Okay.
is, I've heard the whole fantasy football thing talked about. I have a few friends who have been in a few leagues, but what are we after here? Like, what's the prize? Is it just bragging rights? What are some prizes maybe you've experienced since you've been doing this for a little while?
Okay, well, my all guys league that I'm normally in, they're like big kind of spenders. So we'll put in like $300 to $500 per team, and then say there's 10 teams. That's a $5,000 pot, and then it's split up between first, second, third. Or if you have playoffs, all leagues are different, and you might have playoffs, or you might just play the whole entire time, and then go to the Super Bowl sort of thing. But in this particular league, we put in $500, and then we also have a trophy too at the end. But so 500, like 5,000, and then 3,000, like to just break it up between top three. And then say at the end of like the regular season, before NFL playoffs, you get maybe 6 out of your 10 teams make the playoffs. And then they play like a round robin type of situation. First place will play, 6th place. And then people get knocked off, every week for 6 weeks until the one Super Bowl champ winner.
All the
Yeah,
way, so
and
it
then
goes
that
all the way
person
till
wins.
January?
It goes all the way to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Man. So is it too late to build your team?
No, it's not too late, actually.
Perfect.
Hey.
It's not. We're going to do that next week on NFL.com. We're going to start an office league, and it's going to be Talkapolis. And, we're going to have a live draft, and we're going to do it. We'll start week 3, like in the regular, or week 4 it'll be, actually. So, yeah, and we'll pick the players, and I think there's 8 of us, 8 teams, 8 teams, and 7 of us are going to be from the office, and then the last team is going to be the Tennessee Titans. We're going to be actually playing against them. So their quarterback, their 2 running backs, their 2 wide receivers, their tight end, kicker, and the whole defense as a whole will be playing against our teams that we draft, and we're not going to pick any Tennessee Titans players, obviously. So
Just keeping it local, though.
keeping it real is what we're doing because they kind of,
Oh, man. Well, so how do people pick players usually? What are some strategies?
Well, here's how you do it. When we're doing a draft, normally we'll have like a cheat sheet sort of thing, and it'll be like the top players, top 3 quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks.
Is it just their record from like the past season, or
from the past 3? Yeah, from the past few seasons. Yeah,
Okay.
and what they're projected to do this season, as far as like who their offensive players are. Like for the quarterback, if they have a great offensive line going on, then the quarterback's going to do better, sort of thing.
Okay.
So what we'll have is we'll usually pick the running backs first because the running backs give us the most points. That's in all leagues. Like Arian Foster went first. Like he was the number 1 draft pick because he gets the most points, and in fantasy football, depending on how you set up your league, you get points for your quarterback and your running back and all of your players, like in real time. Kind of, you get 6 points for a touchdown, and then you also get 1 point per 10 yards. So if the quarterback or the running back rushes for 100 yards, then you get like 10 points. So it's a point per yard, per 10 yards. So that's how your points build up. And then kickers, obviously, you get 3 points for a field goal, and then 1 point for an extra, So
Well, you said earlier that you're the commissioner for some of your teams that you do. Have you ever had to make some really hard decisions, like people got mad at you. You're like, I'm the commissioner.
Heated.
This is how this goes down.
Exactly.
Sometimes I'll have to negate a trade if I know that there's some foul play going on. But that rarely happens. Like my league right now is the Pigskin Pussycats. It's an all-girl fantasy football league that actually, we talk about prizes. We're like, little, we're not big ballers or anything like that. So we'll throw in like $25, but the main prize us girls want is I made a sash, a trophy, and a crown for the winner.
Yes.
And I'll have one of the girls, maybe not next week, but the week after, one of the girls from the league come in and model that for us and talk about our league and what's going on in our league as well. So,
So she's the Pussycat Queen, or what's it
Pretty
called?
much.
The
The Pigskin Pussycat Queen.
well,
She is in charge.
it's the
wear the
sash
crown.
says Miss Pigskin Pussycat 2012. So it's very coveted,
I like it.
and all the girls want it.
Yes.
But she's the wannabe, winner of that right now.
does the
It's
crown
all
look
up in the
like?
air.
Is it like blingy?
It's
Is
a
it glitter?
gorgeous tiara. Guys, it's beautiful.
Goes with
I
everything.
can't wait to see it.
So how time consuming is the whole fantasy football thing?
It's however time consuming you want. And nowadays, when I started it, not to date myself, but we were doing it on pen and paper, and we had to find out who the winner was on Tuesday morning in the newspaper. So, but now nowadays everything is on the computer. So we can look at our stats on the computer. We can look at the scores. There's real, lifetime situation on NFL.com. where it tells you, oh, my player just got a yard. I mean, that's how real to life it is, timing. So that's an app that also we can download on our phone when we do our league, and we can show the viewers at home how to do that as well. So.
Cool. Well, we'd
else you
like
got?
you all to tweet in some players that you think that we
Please
should
let
maybe
us know.
draft.
Because
help everybody. We all want
I
your
don't
help.
have any idea, so
I'm just going
ideas
to
for
pick the
Sharra.
cute ones. That's what I'm going to do.
There are a
Or
lot of
with
cute
the-
ones out there.
it's a good
That's
Tom Brady is
That's where
cute,
to go
and
with.
he's a great player too.
There we
So
go. Or if they have like an interesting
very
last
strong.
name, that's like really fun.
that we
They
can't
sound
say,
foreign.
like
They're probably good.
Malo.
There we
Troy.
go. That's
Yeah.
I want that one already. Don't even know.
And I want his hair too. He's got those Pantene commercials going on for him. Good
Sounds
sponsorship.
nice.
Could be good. Could be
Girls, such
Also,
girls.
what do you guys think we should do for prizes? What are some good ideas?
Yeah,
we would like to
we
know
need
that
some
too.
ideas.
I actually heard about a friend of mine's boyfriend had a hardcore team where the winner got a tattoo. And
That
the
is
other
pretty
guy,
hardcore.
yeah, like decided what the tattoo was, but it was a pride thing, because everybody knew that he was the king for getting it.
Maybe like a temporary tattoo.
That's
Yeah.
aggressive.
That's what I'm thinking. Not ready I am to commit to that yet. My first fantasy football league.
Talkapolis tramp stamp.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's in the works. It's in the works. We're thinking about it.
Well, everybody, please tune in next week for our online, all live Talkapolis Fantasy Football Draft, and we'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Microcasting for your city. Talkapolis.